All right, let's do this. In the next 5 minutes, I'm going to break down step by step exactly how to create your own QR code, whether it's for your business, your home Wi-Fi, or just for fun. Let's get right into it. You see these little black and white squares everywhere, right? On menus, posters, product packaging, you name it. But how do they actually work? And more importantly, how can you make one for yourself? Well, it's way easier than you probably think. The most common use is pretty obvious. Instantly sending someone to a website, a portfolio, or maybe a social media page. Just one quick scan, and they're there. Or, here's a good one, sharing your Wi-Fi password. Seriously, no more yelling a long, complicated password across the room when guests come over. And you can even create a digital business card. They just scan it and bam, all your contact info is right on their phone. It's fast, super efficient, and honestly, kind of cool. Okay, so let's jump in. Here's our roadmap. First, we'll cover the absolute basics. Then we'll hit the most important choice you have to make. After that, I'll walk you through how to create both types of codes, and we'll wrap up with some really useful pro tips. First things first, let's just make sure we're all on the same page about what a QR code actually is. Okay, so a QR code, which stands for Quick Response Code, by the way, is basically a physical hyperlink. Think of it like a bridge that connects something in the real world, like a flyer, to something in the digital world, like a website or a video. It's just a scannable box that holds data. All right, now this is important. Before you even think about making one, you have to ask yourself one critical question. Will the information I'm linking to ever need to change? Because your answer to that question changes everything. So this table breaks down your two options perfectly. A static code, well, the destination is literally baked into the pattern itself. It's permanent. But a dynamic code is different. The code just points to a short redirect link, and you can change where that link goes whenever you want. So think about a restaurant menu, right? With a dynamic code, they can update the daily specials link every single day without ever having to print a new menu. It's a game changer. Yeah, I love this analogy. A static code is like carving a message in stone. It's not changing. A dynamic code is like writing on a whiteboard. You can erase it and update it whenever you need to. Okay, let's start with the easy one. Let's walk through how to create a permanent static code for info that's never ever going to change. Honestly, this is so simple. You just go to a free online generator, pick what you want to share, like a URL or some text, type it in, maybe customize it a little, and just download the image. That's literally it. It's perfect for things like your home Wi-Fi password or link to your portfolio that isn't going anywhere. All right, now for the smart path, making a powerful, editable, dynamic code. This is what businesses and marketers use, and for a very good reason. For this, you're going to use a specialized platform. So you'll sign up, add your destination link or whatever file you're using to their dashboard, and then generate the code. Now here's the magic part. You can log back into that dashboard anytime and change where that QR code points without ever changing the QR code itself. Super powerful. But wait, there's more. The real superpower of dynamic codes, the thing that makes them so valuable, is that you can actually see how they're being used. You get to track really important metrics. So imagine you put QR codes on 3 different flyers for an event. With a dynamic code, your dashboard can show you exactly which flyer is getting the most scans. You get actual data to see what's working and what isn't. No more guessing. Okay, so you've picked your path, static or dynamic. Now let's cover a couple of essential pro tips to make sure your QR code not only works perfectly, but looks really professional too. Okay, a super common question. How do you stick your logo in the middle of a QR code without, breaking it? It feels like it shouldn't work, right? Well, here's the secret. QR codes have this amazing built-in feature called error correction. So when you're making your code, just look for that setting and crank it up to the highest level, which is usually labeled H for high. This basically builds in extra redundant data so up to 30% of the code can be covered up by your logo and it'll still scan perfectly. Pretty cool, huh? And what about printing? This is a big one. If you're putting your code on anything from a tiny business card to a massive billboard, the file type you choose is absolutely crucial. Always, and I really mean always, download your code in a vector format. That means an SVG or a PDF. Why? Because unlike a normal image file like a JPEG, a vector file can be scaled up to any size imaginable, and it will never, ever get blurry or pixelated. This ensures it stays perfectly sharp and scannable no matter how big you print it. And that brings us right back to where we started, to that core decision. Do you need a simple, set it and forget it code? Or do you need a flexible, powerful, trackable one?
Once you answer that, you'll know exactly which tool is right for the job. So, which one are you going to make?